Good afternoon, welcome to the channel. Going to be doing the install today of the stuff that I did the unboxing for, my Billet Technologies engine dress-up stuff. So I will go over what I have, and I'll do an install video for you guys as well, and a few things that I think, if you guys are doing this kit or a kit somewhat similar to it, what I think you guys should do, and I will explain that later. So let me just show you under the hood real quick, and I'll show you the engine compartment without anything in it, and then we'll do another one once we get everything installed, and I'll show you all the pieces. So let's get to that. So in the engine compartment here, we're going to be putting a cap on the radiator fill cap, the low pressure AC port, the engine oil fill cap, and then we also will be changing out, I don't really like the yellow ring dipstick tube pole, so we'll be changing that out also. And we'll also be changing out the plastic cap for the window wash fluid reservoir. Alright guys, so this is everything that we're going to be installing. Like I said, the low pressure AC cap. I'm not going to go through all these. If you want to check out my unboxing video, I show these pieces, and then you'll also get to see them in this install video. So a few things that I was saying that I think personally you need for doing this is some Loctite. This is just, I know it's a red bottle, but that is blue Loctite. So some Loctite for the set screws on this stuff, just to prevent risking the set screws backing out and one of these pieces vibrating off and falling down through your engine compartment and either getting hung up somewhere bad or just falling out on the ground and leaving a nice souvenir behind you on the road. You definitely don't want to do that. This stuff does cost, it's not horribly priced, but it is a little bit expensive, so you just don't want to do that. The next thing I would do is I'd have a spare, any kind of a rag, that is for checking the oil, because we will be changing out the pole for the oil dipstick, and you just want to make sure that you're going to have the same reading once you switch this out, because it could potentially let the dipstick sit at different heights. So we'll make sure that it stays the same before and after. I'll go over that with you guys. They have some instructions and a little tool. Like I said, I'll go over all this in the video. The next thing I would say is just some good rubbing alcohol and another paper towel, rag, just something clean. The rubbing alcohol, I would use that for anything that has, as you can see, these two squares, like a double-sided adhesive, just to clean the surface before you stick this on. That way you'll get a good bond with that. So that is everything here that I think you'll need, and we'll go ahead and we'll get started doing an install on this stuff. Alright, so the first piece that I'm going to do is the coolant cap. I'm going to be putting this one on. It's got a set screw right there, as you guys can see, and then you just use the Allen wrench that is provided. So for me, I am going to take the set screw out and put Loctite on it. I think that will help this set screw from, it'll just lock it in place for you guys. So I'm just going to keep the set screw on the Allen wrench like that, and then just take some Loctite, and you don't need a ton, just a little bit on there. Sorry, got that off of camera. It was trying to drip on me, but we just got a little Loctite on there, and then just go ahead and thread that back into the cap, or into the cover, I guess you would say. There is some excess, so I am going to wipe that off real quick. So I got the excess wiped off. Nice thing is they have cut this, so it will go on. So the 392 is in the upright position. So I just got that. Just make sure you got it pressed down on there. Take your Allen wrench and go ahead and tighten that set screw up. You don't need that extremely tight. You just want it nice and snug. So I would get it in there and that is plenty snug there. The next piece I'm going to do is the low pressure AC cap. It also has a set screw. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull this set screw out, leaving it on the Allen wrench, and put some Loctite on that set screw. As you can see there, the threads are blue. If it'll focus. So I've got the Loctite on there, and we'll go ahead and screw that in. You want to keep an eye on the inside. Hold it right there so you guys can see it. You don't need it sticking all the way through until you're ready to snug it down all the way. So we will leave it right there, and we'll get that installed. So your low pressure AC cap is this one right here. So I would just take this black retainer. You're going to want to take it off. I'm just going to unscrew that. So it is just pressed on there. You can just pry it off. Not hard to do at all. And then get the bottom of it pulled up also. So here's the retainer, here's the cap. So it is off of there. This is a deep cap, so I'm going to install this back on, and then I am going to put my cap over it. That way we can get it all the way down on there like that. One thing I would say to do is put the set screw somewhere so it's not at the front so you don't see it. Just kind of point it towards the back. Mine is roughly right in there, so you're not going to see it. And take your provided Allen wrench and then tighten that set screw down as well. Like before on the set screw on this, it does not need to be extremely tight. That low pressure AC cap is just plastic, so I would just get a little tension on it like so. And then I would just take one of your rags and wipe off where that set screw is to make sure you have all the Loctite wiped off. Like I've mentioned before, this is the retainer. I always keep all of my parts in case I ever want to return my car to stock for purposes of trading it in, selling it, anything along those lines. So I would strongly advise get a little box or something, label it, in any of these parts that you take off, just throw them in there so you always have them. That's what I do with all of mine. This engine compartment, it's already starting to look a lot better. Personally, it's getting a little more blue in it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and put on the oil fill cap. So with the oil fill cap, like I said, get your clean rag, some rubbing alcohol. Just get a little bit on your rag, like you don't need a ton. And I'd wipe off these flat areas because that's where that adhesive is going to stick. Just get those good and wiped off. That's not very dirty at all. But just make sure you get a nice clean surface. So here is the oil fill cap. One good thing to note, you can see these lines here. That is an individual area right where my thumb's at. That is the set screw. It is not put in this piece, so make sure you get that set screw out of your package. Don't just take that out and don't think that it has one. Thoroughly check your packages. But I'm going to do the same thing as the other two. I'm going to put Loctite on the set screw, get the set screw in here. I'm also going to peel the back side off the double stick tape, and then we'll get that put on as well. Alright guys, at this point in the video I got to apologize. The oil fill cap is installed. I was too busy trying to position my camera and I didn't hit record, but I'll just go over it real quick with you. The oil fill cap is the same as the coolant cap cover or the low AC port. Just peel the tape off, make sure the surface is dry, Loctite on the set screw, and then you just want to make sure you get a lot of pressure, push down on it, make sure that it is sitting flat and you can feel around the edge with your finger. Once it is, tighten down the set screw just like everything else. So it isn't hard, but I am really sorry. We will move on to the next one, and I want to do the window wash fluid cap cover there, so we'll start with that one now. So to remove this one, just open it up. You just got a little hook and latch back here, and you just pry it out. That was actually easier than I figured it was going to be. And then go ahead and take your Billet Technology one, and we'll install that. This one also has a set screw. I did put Loctite on it as well. You're not going to want to tighten it down so you can't open it, but I believe that is going to be for the tension of keeping the cap snapped down, but so you can also open it and close it, so kind of as a locking mechanism. So I'll show you how that works also. So that installs very easily on there. And it snaps on nice and snug as well. So I would just I'm just going to tighten the set screw up just a little bit. I'm going to go just a little bit more until I have the fill that I'm looking for. So right there, that's what I like. It's nice and snug when you press it down, so that set screw is just catching a little bit, but it's not locking it into place. It's just keeping it nice and secured. So that's a very, very easy piece to install. Just set that set screw until it feels nice and locked down, but not too tight and also not too loose. Same thing with this. Throw that in the box. Keep it, like I've said with all the other parts. So I'm going to throw this in my box to keep it as well. Alright, last but not least, we're going to do the oil dipstick. We're going to put the T-handle on it. So the first thing I would do with this is just pull it out. And I'm going to wipe all the oil off of it right away. Then I'm going to put it back and we're going to check the oil level. So here is the oil level. Hopefully you guys can see it. The full mark is just right there. Alright, so we've pulled the oil dipstick, we've checked the oil level. I do know where the oil level's at, is right on the full line. So we're going to go ahead and install this, and then we will make sure that it is still reading the same. So they give you some instructions on how to do it, and they also include in there like a small little nail to drive the pin out with. So we just got it out. We will lay it on the flat surface here. The hole that you are looking for is right below the O-ring, right there. So I'm going to lay it on this rag here, take this nail that they provide us. It might be helpful to prop it on the table with the nail under it and the oil dipstick up, so you can push on it like that. So we have now got it popped out. I'm not going to turn the dipstick at all when I pull this off. And it is saying engine oil, right side up. I'm also going to put it here just for if the orientation matters when we put it back in. So just go ahead and pull that off. I am going to take this small roll pin and place it back in there just a little ways. You can see like that, so you can put it in the box of the goods there. But go ahead and take the new one. That's right side up. And then go ahead and push it on. So I've just got a small pair of pliers. There is no teeth on these ones, so I really don't have to worry about it marring up the anodized. That does go below the seal, so you're not going to see it when it's in there anyways. But I am going to wrap the rag around it for less chances of messing up the anodized, and then push it in like that. So it still is sticking out a little bit. I'm going to go without the rag. So it is now pressed in. So we will put that in and then check the oil level on that. So I've got the oil dipstick here. Maybe I can show you the pin a little bit better. It's not wanting to focus real well. But you can see the pin there. It is in all the way. So let's go ahead and check the oil level. So checking the oil level, it is same spot that it was before. So that is a good thing. That is the same spot that it was before. Like I said, depending on where your pin is going in the hole of your dipstick and the height of this, it might throw the reading off a little bit. So it's just best to check it and make sure that it is still the same reading with the stock pull on the dipstick. This also has a very nice seal. The O-ring in it is very tight. It feels really, really nice. So I really like that as well. Alright guys, well that's the install for the underhood dress-up kit from Billet Technologies. Looks super awesome under the hood. It's tied in that oil catch can a little bit better. It was like the only blue anodized piece under my hood, and it was just kind of hanging out by itself, needing a little bit more with it. This has tied it in really, really well. Let me show everything to you guys now that it is all installed. So this is just looking at it, standing back a bit. It does match up, like the catch can, really well with my blue. Awesome machine work from Billet Technologies. Throw the oil catch can in there as well. They always do a very well job on their products. Alright guys, that's super easy to install. It goes on very nice. It all fits nice and tight. It's not loose and sloppy or anything. Awesome job from Billet Technologies. Makes under the hood look really, really nice. Just with a little extra touch of something else. So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys if you're going to be doing any kind of underhood dress-up kit from Billet Technologies. And then hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the video if you're not going to do it. So I really appreciate everything. Leave in the comments below what you guys think of this. I think it turned out absolutely great. I think it looks awesome. I really like it a lot. So let me know what you guys think. I'd be interested to hear. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if the video helped you out. Also hit that subscribe button. Share this video with a friend. Do whatever you can to help this channel out. Really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care. Psst. Hey. Anyone else still here? You still watching this video? Hope you made it to the end. Later, guys.